and Allie Show up for grabs, Disneyland tickets. Here's the question. We'll take your calls in a moment. Text as well, because I know some people can't get through. Something that you promised yourself, really swore to yourself, to the deepest fiber of your beings. I will not do this. This is never going to happen. I don't care what happens. This is not going to be me. And then you end up doing it. We met a guy on the streets. Jake did. Used to hate the show. Said he would never listen to this show. Never listen. Now he's put up with the fact that he hates my voice and he's listening anyway. And he regrets the fact that he missed out on probably a good year's worth of show because he made that promise to himself. Justine, what is a promise you made to yourself that you have now broken? And are you happy or not happy that you broke the promise to yourself? What is it?
Like 50% of Americans, I promised myself I would never get a divorce. And here we are 2 years later after my divorce, very happy about it.
Hey, good for you.
So you're one of these people that you're looking at all these people get divorced. You're like, not me. When I get married, it's forever. I ain't going to be one of these losers that gets divorced, right? And then things start falling apart. And then what happened?
Exactly. He had issues that he needed to work on, and it just wasn't happening. And so, unfortunately, the marriage had to end, and thank goodness it did.
Did you throw yourself a divorce party?
No, I did one better. I moved back to California, and now I get to listen to you guys every morning.
Oh, beautiful.
People love
the real
sucking up.
party. Have you heard Klein? He goes, yeah.
That's what I sound like. All right, hold on one second. That's Justine right there. I can't go out tonight. I don't have my lip gloss. That's right, Klein. Well said. Love that voice.
Hey, you do sound like that.
That guy's impression was spot on.
It's amazing.
Matthew, something you promised yourself you would never, ever do, no matter what, and you still do it now.
Hey guys, happy Monday.
Yep.
Something that I said that I would never do was I said I never sleep naked. It's weird. Like my buddies said they do it. And then one day I just got home real late and I said, screw it. I couldn't find clothes. And
you couldn't find
stuck with me
clothes.
ever
How
since.
hard is it to find clothes?
Hey, listen, this guy sounds like he's got challenges. Let him have his.
Okay.
And now you sleep naked and you say it's the best thing ever, right?
yeah, I kind of thought all the sleep benefits were phony, but now it's just kind of become a habit.
Listen, I'm with you. I mean, I wish I could anymore. My wife will not let me because she finds it nauseating. But, man, I never... Sleeping naked is the best sleep I get.
It's interesting that all of his guy friends were like, dude, we all sleep naked. You should
Right.
do it too.
Right.
It's such a weird
But I understand.
thing to mention.
You probably, in your head, you're like, I'm not going to be one of those naked sleepers. Because I think naked sleepers do get kind of a bum rap. I think people think they're kind of weird and kind of
Well,
gross.
I always think about what happens when there's an emergency in the middle of the night, and
Right.
you've been that guy naked going down the stairs with a fire poker.
I have a few times.
Yeah.
But now, I do keep a pair of...
And then you're like, and then it's like man gets killed by
Right, naked man.
Yes,
Right,
and you
I
die
know.
naked with everyone seeing your shame.
let me say hi to... let's say hi to Duha. God, I hope that's right. Hey, Duha.
Well, they're laughing, so I imagine not. Hello?
Hi, you
Hi.
guys got it.
I
Really?
got it.
Okay,
Whoa.
great.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
I thought Klein was going to get canceled.
No, you're good.
Okay, Duha.
Duha, what's up?
Hi, good morning. I was one of those people who swore I would never download TikTok, and then now I'm on it every single day.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a rough one. Because when there's a new social media platform,
Not
it's
for
so
me.
easy to say, like, I'm out on that. I'm not doing it. And then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then people are sending you TikToks, and you're like, what am I going to do here?
You can only fight certain ones for so long. That's one of them. Because at one point, someone's sending you a thing, and you're like, oh, God, if I want to watch it, I have to download it.
Yep.
You're like, but I said I wasn't going to do it, and then you're doing it.
It's
Now
probably some cat video that sends you over the edge.
That's funny. I can relate. That one I can relate with because there have been times where I'm like, not getting on that one.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then it's like, boom. Next thing you know, Ashley Madison, here I
Or
am.
ones that you get really in on and then they go nowhere, like Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's the worst. Oh, man, when you decide you would get early.
You're like, all right, Clubhouse, that's going to be my thing. And
And
you
a great username
Yeah.
for Clubhouse.
and it just goes nowhere.
This one, I think, will be maybe the most relatable because I think we all made this promise to ourselves at one point. Hello, Luciana.
Hello,
Hi.
Is that correct?
Louisa.
Okay. There's a few
hell
extra
did you say, Klein?
That's
syllables
fine.
there.
That's okay.
La, 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 la.
I was giving her a moment. Go ahead. Yes, what is it?
So I said I would never, ever, ever purchase Crocs, and lo and behold,
I'm about 4 pairs in.
Oh,
Looking at
man.
some new ones.
Yeah. Did you used to mock the KROQ community and say, God, look how dumb they all look, and sure, they're probably comfortable, but that won't be me, and now here you are on your 4th pair?
No, 100%. It was like, I don't get it. They're so ugly. I don't care how comfortable they are. They're terrible. I don't know why everyone wears them with whatever. They're so fashionably acceptable. It was funny.
Are you one of those people who has like the little giblets, whatever, added to the Crocs?
I do have a few. I think
No.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
She's going down the slippery slope right there.
A Croc
Are
mocker?
they that comfortable?
Yeah.
Apparently they are.
got-
My kid, as soon as my mom bought him a pair of Crocs, that is all he wants to wear.
Yeah, but he's also a
Really?
child. I mean, this
I know,
is a
but
grown-ass woman.
he knows they breathe, they're comfortable, they're easy to slip on and off, they're good in any weather.
Let me say hi to Gabby. Gabby, it was something you swore to yourself you would never do, no matter what, didn't care. You would never break this promise to yourself, and you've changed your mind now. And now, how do you feel about it? What is it?
Yes, hi. Yeah, when my husband proposed me, and that was like 20 years ago, I said yes, but one condition that we never gonna have kids, only dogs and cats. And now I have 2 boys.
Oh, so what was that, an
I don't regret
oopsies?
it at all. I'm so happy, but it took me like 3 years to decide.
Everyone has to say that. That's like one of those things you have to throw in there.
Wait,
But
you
I'm-
had the boys, and then you had to wait 3 years to decide if you loved them or not?
No, no, it took me 3 years to say, okay, let's have kids.
Oh, got
What
it.
I wanted
got it.
is dogs and cats.
Yeah, it's funny because you knew at your core you didn't want to have kids, and everyone has to say that after the fact. But we're so glad we had them. But also, you're probably thinking you wish you just stuck with the dogs, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That was easy.
I get it.
I
get it.
promised I would never regret my kids. Oops.
We got to give away some Disneyland tickets to one of these people, but I am interested to find out all these promises we've made to ourselves, and then we can't even stick to these promises. Brian on KROQ, good morning.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What happened to you?
Hey, so I actually I made a promise that I would never actually have my mom, like move in with me, and now like we have arguments all the time. We argue in front of the kids, and it's horrible. So
Your
it's
mother
something
moved in
that,
with you?
Yeah.
Or you
yeah,
moved in
yeah.
with her?
No, she moved in with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
also something
so-
that you feel like that's different than moving back home. You know what I mean? When you move out of your house and you're like, I'm never coming back here. So long, childhood home. And then there you are 10 years later, sleeping in your old bedroom going, man, what happened?
2 more of these quickly, and then we got to give away some tickets. Angela, you're on KROQ. Turn the radio down. What's up?
It's horrible.
All right.
It's
Thank
It
you.
is horrible.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
And let's say hi to Sharon. Sharon, we give you the final word here. It's KROQ. It's something you promised you would never do, but you've done it anyway. What's up?
Yes. Hey, guys. I was falsely convicted and sent to prison for 8 months, and I lost 45 pounds there. And I promised myself I'd never gain it again, but I gained 35 pounds.
What
Whoa,
were you?
you got jacked in prison?
What were you falsely accused of that you went to prison for?
Conspiracy to commit mail fraud, all this stuff, but I won my appeal, so we're trying to sue them because I shouldn't have been in prison. So for 8 months, I figured since I was falsely there, let me do something good and lose weight. So I was really good about losing weight there. But now that I'm out, I was excited that we won, and I ate and drank
had
everything
way
right.
one too many celebratory meals.
Another celebration cake. More freedom cake.
We're gonna sue them, and then
Celebrate at Disneyland.
Well, let me. You spent 8 months. Did you Did you have a prison girlfriend or?
I was not gay for the stay, but I did flash my friend in the shower one time for a joke.
That's still hard
is that what they
enough.
call cigarettes now?
Oh,
Jokes?
I'll accept that. That's pretty good. All right, Sharon, hold on one second. Allie, we heard a lot of stories. These are we could do all day at this. We got to give away some
Man,
tickets.
I would say sleeping naked is a great one. Owning Crocs, that's a great one. I mean, that's something that's pretty embarrassing. That now you are a giblet person.
This is the most embarrassing. Robert, I will give you the last word. Robert, go ahead.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
My name is Robert, and I think the one thing I told myself I would never do is literally call the phone number from the radio show
Mm-hmm.
or anywhere near the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like the only radio show that I actually really like going to work to. And I'm more of like an oxy guy, listen to music, but this is like one of those type of radio shows.
So you made a promise
I
to yourself,
genuinely
I'm never
really
going to
like.
listen or call some dumb morning talk
Never,
radio
never.
show, and now here you are calling us.
Never. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you?
Yeah, I should lose that phone number, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It sounds like you regret it.
Yeah. You sound- that voice is
Said I
thick.
would never, and
thick with
here
regret.
I am.
Klein, Alley, Show! Mornings on KROQ 106.7 KROQ.
Life is all about making promises to yourself and then immediately breaking those promises, no matter how big or serious those promises are. You find out a couple years down the line, whoopsies, that's exactly the thing I said I would never do, and now here I am doing it. And maybe I was wrong, and maybe I was right.
I said I would never be in a long-distance relationship, and then I was.
Dude, I was one of these guys early on that said sushi. I don't know what that's all about.
What?
But,
Really?
Oh, yeah. I was like, that's weird. I'm like,
Sushi is weird?
yeah, at first. I'm like, get that trash out of here. I would never eat like the... If I was going to go eat sushi, it had to be one of those like funny, like it was called like a wild dragon roll or one of those like a
One
crunchy...
of those like deep fried ones.
Yeah, exactly. It had to be
with
like...
aioli, which is really like spicy mayonnaise.
Right. And then eventually, someone's like, just try this. Just a piece of raw fish on a plate.
Oh, well, that's
I was like,
steamy.
what am I, a seal? But I clapped my hands and I
said,
and I earned it. I earned it, and I'm glad I did. But today we wanted to talk about things you promised yourself. Gabby, we heard a lot of stories, but you promised yourself you would never have children. You didn't want them. You only wanted dogs and cats, and now look at you.
Yes.
So we are going to send you and your two biggest regrets
Oh my God.
to Disneyland
Because
because
dogs aren't allowed.
you can't bring your dogs and cats there, unfortunately.
No, I won't. I promise.
So
Thank you guys so much.
I know.
Of course.
I know you never wanted kids to begin with, but now you've got a few of them. And
Yes.
the very least you can do is enjoy a fun day at Disneyland with them, all right?
Of course, I'll take them with me. Thank you.
Take them with you. And you let them know. Make sure they wear their pins. Regret number 1, regret number 2, so everyone at the park knows, okay?
Sure, I will.
They have that big
Thank
giant
you.
pin.
Yeah.
Hello, it's my birthday. I regret.
All right, hold on, Gabby. Thank you for listening to the show. More chances to win every day this week. In fact, I should let you know, coming up again, if you want more Disneyland tickets, and all you got to do is listen to KROQ to win those tickets, you need to listen today between 10:45 and 11 a.m. You'll have another chance to win some tickets between 10:45 and 11 a.m., and that will be later this morning right here on KROQ. Quick break, back with more show next.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, the world famous KROQ. KROQ.
Live in the flesh in the KROQ studios. Thanks for putting up with us last week while I was doing some travel. A weird thing that took place yesterday. I know there's been a lot of stories. We report on a lot of them involving air travel and people dealing with tantrums on the flights.
Oh, we've got a few stories to cover in ADD.
And I get it. Everyone's kind of on edge. And I think everyone's got their camera on the ready. Everyone's got their phone on the ready to start filming in case things go south quickly. But this was interesting because as we boarded the plane, I don't know if you do the same move I do, where I kind of take a quick peek into the old cockpit just to get a sense of if I think this person looks qualified to do the job.
I don't pay attention at
Really?
all.
Neither do I.
Oh, I always
Going
take
my way.
I always take a nice little look in there. See
But
what.
you're a nervous flyer.
You are. You're so paranoid.
Not a nervous flyer, but I like to get a sense of.
You're a
what,
nervous flyer and a nervous Quaker.
Yeah, little bitch boy.
Sometimes I do see them eating. Sometimes I'll look and the pilots are eating like a big feast in there, and I go, "This is a 6-hour flight. These guys are going to have to dump out at one point. So there's going to be one point where we are down to one pilot flying, or maybe both of them, depending on. Sometimes I see them both in there.
That's where autopilot comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Dude,
but
it's on auto probably, I'm going to guess 99% of the time. It's
Yeah,
on
dude, it's like
autopilot.
put Google Maps in and then they just sit back.
a couple of times though, we had some chop yesterday going over the flyover states, and the pilot did pop on. And this was what was interesting. As we got on, my kid said, "Daddy, there's a lady pilot." And I said,
and you said,
"That's a flight attendant. Let's go. Move along." And then she said, No, seriously, look. And there she was, in not even the co-pilot, Allie, the main pilot was a lady pilot. By the way, Captain Stacy was her name, in case you care.
Captain Stacy?
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
And I'm going to tell you
Don't they
something.
usually go by their last name?
She introduced herself because she actually said to my kids, because they had never seen a
Are
lady.
you sure it wasn't like you're having flashbacks from the strip club you were at on Saturday?
That's what,
Hello, my name is Captain Stacy, and we're gonna hit some chop.
Yeah.
listen, I walked in the
I gotta dump out later. I'm eating a big meal.
There was a lot of strobe lights and black lights in the cockpit.
Okay.
We're going up, up, up.
No,
And
it
we're
was-
not stopping.
I'm telling you right now, it was cut the stripper music. It was really, her name was, I'm telling you, her name was Captain Stacy.
And you'd been a very bad boy.
And she she said to my kids, which I didn't think they did anymore, oh, come in, you can see the cockpit. And my kids were like, I can't
your kids are a little old for that, aren't they?
5 is like, I think, prime time for that. I don't know. Or 6, whatever, she just turned. So she's just kind of being friendly, but then she starts talking about how, she's like, where do you guys live? We're like, oh, we live in L.A., we're going home. And she starts telling us, I shouldn't tell you guys this, but I hate the Dodgers.
Okay.
And she was saying like that she's a big Cardinals fan, St. Louis Cardinals fan.
Ooh.
And I don't really care because I don't really need to have like small baseball talk. But I think she thought it was like this kind of funny thing that she was taking a plane full of Los Angeles.
These are probably all the other conversations she has to get in with pilots. It's the only time she knows how to relate.
The man pilot.
Let's talk about sports, I guess.
I think she was on your team, Allie, if I had to guess. She struck me as like probably, batted for your team.
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying?
I feel like my second career would easily be pilot.
Easily, no question, right? Either Allie's either doing pilot or she's moving the baggage under the plane.
I
one
mean,
or the
really
others.
because of the shoulder pads.
So she's doing this whole thing about how, I hate the Dodgers, this and that. Anyway, that was the extent of it. Nice little chat. Then right before the plane leaves, she gets out of the cockpit and comes to speak to the plane. Like, I've never seen this. She gets out
in person?
They said the flight attendant goes, and now I'd like to introduce you to our captain today, Captain Stacy.
And then it was like,
and when we were in the cockpit, she had a Cardinals hat that she was showing us, and I assumed she was going to walk out with, and she walked all the way past first class to where I was sitting, which was one of the first rows in coach, And as they introduced her, I thought that she was going to be wearing the Cardinals hat. So I let out a pretty loud boo.
Oh no!
Like that because it was. I just had this whole back and forth with her about baseball and how she hates the Dodgers. So I let out kind of a really loud, like very. And now you're.
And then you just looked like a sexist asshole.
Yeah, and everyone starts looking at me. And everyone starts looking around. She's got no Cardinals hat, and everyone just thinks I'm booing this female pilot for no reason.
There's a reason.
Yeah, and once we hit the chop, I was thinking about that boo made sense.
Where's
now.
my meal?
Yeah. I didn't say that to her. So everyone started looking at me like I was this total sexist a-hole.
And then what? Your wife was so embarrassed and pissed off?
Yeah, because she didn't go to the cockpit with me earlier. I just took the kids in there. So she had and I explained to her, like, she's a Cardinals fan.
And your kids aren't helping, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're like, why'd you boo the lady pilot? I'm like, well, less talking about the flight and more, this.
Come on. Swing that leg around.
Every time we did go through some turbulence, she did call it shaky, shaky. So I did think there was something. I know you're thinking, man, those two look funny.
And we agree, and so do our parents.
So we need to get some plastic surgery, and the only way we can afford that is if you listen to our full radio show every day live on KROQ or download the podcast.
Yeah, which is all free, so I don't really know how we're making money on that, because we get paid terribly.
Yeah, it's a really bad situation, which is why she's got on no makeup, and I'm wearing a shirt that I found in Lost and Found.
I am wearing makeup.
You are?
Yes.